What just happened?
It was raining spears.
It was raining spears. This is something that happened between the recordings, unfortunately, but...
I just whispered into your ear like,
yeah.
Did you see the fucking spears?
Yeah, I remember like way back at the start, I was like, it's raining spears. That has to be literal.
Yeah.
And lo and behold...
There was spears literally raining from the sky. In fact, I think they compared them to the rain and thunder descending down upon the rose garden.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the rain was spears for a little bit.
I am both simultaneously impressed and disappointed with myself.
Oh my god.
For both picking up on it earlier, but not
and then
picking
forgetting.
up on it now.
I know. It's okay. I have been waiting for that scene for a very long time. That battle is like such a great scene. It's so silly, but also like really interesting to kind of, you know, break apart a little bit.
Yeah.
Not in terms of the actual like battle attacks, because I feel like, you know, it's very hammy. It's like, I have the Spear of Odin, and I have Smothered Mate, and I have the Shoulder Towers. Like, I don't know how much you want to look into that.
What a mess.
But it is very much supposed to, like, emulate, like, an anime or a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game in anime. Or Yu-Gi-Oh! In anything in anime.
All it was missing was extra exposition. They certainly exposited a fair bit.
They definitely did.
But we clearly needed more.
Yeah, totally. Like, I feel like that's a really important scene for like understanding how the mystery was, because you at the end you were totally correct, and maybe this is something we'll explore in a little bit, but like, why doesn't Battler just say it never happened? Like, why is that not a thing that he just does? Because I think that, as I've mentioned, I've definitely mentioned this on recording, it was episode 3 was going to be much more difficult to figure out, but people complained that episode 2 was too hard, so Ryukishi made episode 3 easier. I think that entire battle is supposed to make it very clear that as long as...
Thank you for hitting the
Sorry,
stand.
I'm going to be careful not to. I'm gesturing a little bit. I'm going to hold my hand back here.
Under the thing.
Oh my god. It feels weird though. Point is, he's making it very clear, like, by putting this obstacle in front of us and it seems insurmountable to many readers, that in itself is a clue, right? The fact that it's insurmountable means that it's something that we can't trust. I think that's, you know... I think that's a pretty clever way of doing things, because Beatrice doesn't just walk in and say, "Hey, you dummy! You could just believe it's not real. You know, you're trying to disbelieve witches. Why don't you just not believe, you idiot?" So it kind of shows us through the conflicts of the characters between Elder Beatrice and regular Beatrice, who is different maybe from the other Beatrice who died. But whatever, it's very confusing. There are a lot of Beatrices.
Personally, that made perfect sense to me.
You think so?
Yep, there are 9 Beatrices, as we've covered.
Okay, good. 9 Beatrices.
Fine.
Okay, makes sense to me. But yeah.
I will say, the only thing that scene really was missing was the cutaway soliloquy of Beatrice, modern Beatrice, going, "Ah, yes, I have
Everything has fallen into place.
I have killed her and have revived her to fool her." Just like straight up like, why do we need to know this now?
Yeah, totally.
Anime exposition, that would have just been perfect. That would have made the book.
That would have been amazing.
They would have sold more copies if they'd done that.
This is true. More anime tropes is what we need.
That's right. More exposition, more beach episodes. Yeah. More OVAs or whatever the hell they're called.
No more OVAs. Higurashi Season 4 doesn't exist, guys. Don't even talk about... Just don't do it. There are only 3 seasons. Just don't do it.
There's a Season 4?
There is. Don't look at Higurashi Season 4. It's really bad. It has some of the worst fanservice-y horse shit. Anyway, point is, I wonder if Ryukishi is almost making fun of anime tropes a little bit. Even though he does enjoy them, I wonder if there's like a little bit of like poking fun at like, look at how silly this battle is, and like... Because Beatrice calls him out on it at the end. He's like, hey, you battler, you're willing to like hope that magical powers and sorcerers and shit are real, but then when I show you this, you're like, no, this is dumb. Like, why can't you believe in it?
It's actually an interesting point. It seems like Beatrice is almost trying to cater to Battler with how epic this scene is.
Maybe. Because, yeah, like, that's a thing, I think, that a lot of people look at fiction and say, man, I really wish real life was like that. And Battler is very much pushing against it, and Beatrice is like, why? Why are you pushing against it? And there might be something that, you know, vicariously, or maybe not vicariously, but she's also, like, Ryukishi is pushing us to consider these things. Like, why do we, or why does Battler, you know, believe in these things? Might be something to think about. Yeah, I do think, even though it is very hammy, I think that this scene, that last chapter, is very important to understanding the heart of the novel. Also, we had Kumasawa just, like, turned into Elder Beatrice. which is, I'm sure you saw it coming a mile away, but it's still a little weird because we've never seen that before. I don't think. We've never seen like something.
See, the fact
familiar.
that it happened isn't weird to me. The implications of it happening, is where we get into the fun stuff.
What do you think?
If magic is real, is Kumasawa in episode 1 Elder Beatrice?
Yeah.
Is Kumasawa in episode 2 Elder Beatrice? And if she was then with the people in the other scenes of the murders and she died in the other scenes, does that mean there was a witch battle there?
Maybe.
Does that mean like Kumasawa had more to do with this?
This is true. Yeah, I think it's definitely worth considering.
Maybe Elder Beatrice Kumasawa is the one trying to do the twilights.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I think it's all stuff that you can kind of puzzle out. Because there definitely is a relationship between Elder Beatrice and Kumasawa. I don't know how, I don't know. Like, I don't know what your thoughts are right now, so I don't want to poke you too much. But I will say, I am
interested the consistencies between episode 2 and 3.
Like what?
Like Cannon's love interest with Jessica.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of seemed in episode 2 to me like, this is just a bullshit thing on the side to throw us off.
Yeah.
But it is consistent in this one as well.
This is true. Cannon's love for Jessica and Shannon's love for George.
Also Ronave saying that Genji was his furniture.
Yeah,
what was up with that shit?
There's some weird hierarchy that we're learning about how, like, furniture and humans and witches and shit work.
Yeah.
Apparently, like, where Beatrice is at the top, and then Kinzo is slightly below that, and then there's Ronave, and then Genji, and then Shannon and Cannon, and then the stakes are in there somewhere. It's a little confusing, but I think, can we go to the magic character list? I think I saw you about to do that, and maybe we'll learn something here. Maybe not, but maybe. And then there's the goats right at the bottom. They don't even talk.
All of the goats.
Yeah,
not just the goats. All of the goats.
An endless number of goats, I assume. Yeah, like...
An inexhaustible supply.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't just say endless, honestly, because that would be more appropriate. But that's okay. Yeah, like, questioning what the relationship is between the magical characters and the real-world characters, I think is important. Questioning what that furniture thing means, like, what is furniture, I think is also important. Yeah, I mean, Ronave is obviously still Ronave is still hanging around. He's still got his little wing monocle. I wonder what role he might have to play as we go forward.
I mean, he's still doing the furniture arm pose.
This is true.
So he's probably going to fight at some point.
I can either confirm or deny Ronave's ability to fight people. Though he hasn't, like, he didn't fight.
We've now seen everyone with this arm pose except Ronave fight.
This is true.
Shut up.
But he didn't fight though, right? When he was, like, putting Genji... when he was putting Genji to rest, and when Genji was putting Shannon and Cannon to rest, he just, placed hands on each other. To, like, let them die.
He didn't even touch Genji. He just snapped his fingers.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't even touch him. He just was like, yep, Genji's dead. Rip. Which was pretty weird. But then again, it is a fantasy scene. So, I don't know. I don't know if you think any of that is important or not.
Absolutely no clue.
Switch headphones because this one doesn't work. Or this side doesn't work. I'm an idiot. I put on the wrong side of the headphones.
Tragic.
So now I can hear.
All right. So, who's this?
Go. I mean, I assume that this is the general narrator, so I will
sure.
take it. There would have been no way to tell that morning had come without opening a window and looking up at the cloudy sky, which had become a tiny bit lighter. It wasn't a refreshing morning. All that could be heard was the sound of the rain, which hadn't stopped falling since last night, and the howl of the wind. It's hard to imagine that it's morning. This horrible weather speaks for our hearts. Yeah, it could be worse. These is just rain and not spears falling from the sky.
They did it again!
Rudolph! Best girl. I love Rudolph so much. He's so fucking sarcastic. Whether it's rain or spears, it's coming down with a bang. Is it already 6 a.m.? Isn't this enough? After this, we've got no measures we can take till the mystery 19th person Beatrice makes her move. Which she hasn't already done, I'm sure.
True. However, I believe we have anticipated every trick they might use against us. Of course. That's right. As long as the traitor doesn't appear among the siblings, we should be able to deal with most situations. Haven't we talked about this enough? You've stayed up all night. I'm tired.
Oh, God. You're right. How about taking a little rest after eating breakfast?
A good plan. Staying up all night is trying at our age.
As they all stretched, they enjoyed this unrefreshing morning as best they could. I'll go wash my face or something. I probably look horrible. No worse than use of the old bag. Oh! Huh? What is that awful stench?
What is it, Kyrie?
What could it be, Kyrie? As soon as they exited into the corridor, Kyrie openly made a disgusted expression. What is it? Hey, don't you smell something awful? What is this stench? I can't stand it. After hearing those complaints, everyone stuck their heads out into the corridor. The stench was faint, but once people started commenting on it, it was clearly noticeable. Each of them went into the corridor, relying on their own sense of smell to tell them where this strange odor was coming from. What in the world could it be? Let's have Genji deal with it.
Yay!
Let's go get the servants. I believe he should already have arrived in the servant room to begin the morning preparations.
Indeed, please do. At the very least, it's difficult to imagine Goda making breakfast that would cause such an odor.
Oh, Goda. I'm sad now. Rudolph and the others searched for the source of the smell, determined that it was coming from underground, from the boiler room. But the door was locked, and they couldn't check inside. At the same time, when Natsu's group was on its way to search for someone in the servant room, they noticed something strange near the parlor. What is this?
What a horrible prank. Who'd do something like this?
It's a magic circle, isn't it? Fuck! There it is.
Why are you surprised?
I forgot. On the door to the parlor, drawn in a paint that looked like blood, was a strange thing that looked like a magic circle.
Yeah, thing.
Yeah.
There's no one in the kitchen yet. What is that?
Ava's group, who thought the smell might be coming from the kitchen, had returned after confirming that no one was there and that preparations for breakfast had not yet begun.
So Goda is still not in the kitchen. Well, no, he's no longer in the kitchen.
Maybe.
Because he died in there.
It's true, he did die in there.
Unless Ava is lying.
Unless Ava's lying.
But it says Ava's group, which would mean the whole group of people.
Assuming Goda was killed in the kitchen, yes.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I'm just saying. Somebody consider, but yes.
Of course.
Preparations have not yet begun.
I'm dying here, guys.
I can tell. I hope you get better. Then they noticed the change to the parlor. It's useless. It's all useless. The boiler room's locked.
That's my line, Dad.
Like father, like son. Wouldn't that be bad if something went wrong with the boiler? Has anyone spotted a servant? Is one of those vulgar scribbles here too?
What do you mean here too?
There was another one on the door to the boiler room.
No!
What's that? This creepy scribble isn't just here, but it's in other places too? You don't think this is the Witch of the Forest Beatrice's declaration of war, do you? Hideyoshi tried to make fun of it, but staring at this creepy magic circle while listening to the wind and rain really made it seem like a message from a witch. The dripping, bright red paint made one think of blood, which made it even creepier. Hideyoshi tried to open the door, but it had been locked. As a general rule, the parlor wasn't locked. Someone had gone out of their way to lock it.
What does this mean? Could it be that while we were talking in the dining hall, someone secretly left this scribble on the doors to the parlor and the boiler room? I'm sure the servants are behind this. We were together the whole time. We all have alibis. They probably received some strange order from Father and pulled this prank.
And there's also the case yesterday with Maria Chan's letter. It's really easy to suspect that the servants are acting on Dad's orders and planning something. Anyway, where is everyone? They can't be playing hide and seek. Let's look for them.
Before that, I'm worried about the children. They are safe, right? I'll go and check, and while I'm there, I'll see if there aren't any servants there.
Yes, let's split up. And let's split up. While you go to the guest house to see how the brats are doing, we'll investigate inside the mansion. I don't want to think about it, but maybe these creepy magic circles aren't just in the places we found them already.
He might be wrapped up in some bizarre game of Father's. I will go to him and hear the situation. Although I doubt he'll obediently listen to me.
The adults split up. As a result, they confirmed that the 4 children were safe. I know, it's great. Beep boop beep boop. It's great. In the so-called cousin's room on the 2nd floor of the guest house. There it is. They had apparently stayed up last night, playing. All of them were snoring loudly, so Rosa decided not to wake them. Good call. Furthermore, Nanjo, who had returned early the previous night to rest, was also safe. It seemed he believed in the phrase, early to bed, early to rise, had awoken refreshed. During that time, Kyrie and Hideyoshi searched for the servants, but they didn't find them. The servant room in the guest house was also empty.
The children are safe. They all stayed up too late last night.
The servant room is empty. I looked at the shift chart and the morning shift begins at 6 a.m. They should have started working by now.
The nap room is also empty. There were signs that a futon had been slept in, but it wasn't warm.
Hey, isn't everyone's reasoning right on this? There's probably a game Father set up. He must have left those creepy scribbles and hid himself somewhere, trying to make us do something.
Are you saying he's trying to see who's fit to succeed his wealth on the headship? Isn't that a bit...
No, it might not be strange if Father was behind something like that.
a fucking eyebrow raise? I love it.
After all, Father loves doing things on a big scale. This might have been a finely tuned plan starting as far back as when the epitaph was hung in the hall.
In that case, I wonder if they'll give an announcement of the game, or some explanation of it.
Yeah, if only they'd been given an announcement of the
If
game.
only we'd been given some kind of letter explaining what's going to happen. It certainly would be nice if an envelope with the crest that the one handed to Maria-chan were to appear.
He did it again.
God.
That's right. Maybe Nissan and the rest have found something like that in the mansion.
Dr. Naja, have you heard anything about this? My apologies, I have no idea what's going on. And yet, yes, certainly, I could easily imagine Kinzo-san planning something on such a big scale. Shouldn't we go back to the mansion for now? Maybe they found something over there. If I won't be in the way, I shall go too.
I'll stay here. The children are sleeping upstairs. We don't know what's happening. We cannot leave them alone.
That's right. I'll stay with Rosa-san and watch over this place. Would you tell that to my husband? Rosa and Kyrie remained in the guest house. Hideyoshi went with Nanjo and returned again to the mansion. Ooh, look at all that rain. It's raining spears out there. At the same time, in the mansion, in a way that was hard to believe, or maybe we should say in a way that gave him a bad feeling, Rudolph's prediction was spot on. The same magic circle graffiti that had been drawn on the doors of the ballroom and the parlor had been found in multiple places throughout the mansion.
Aniki, how's Dad?
It was no use. I received no response. I tried putting my ear against the door, but I couldn't sense anyone.
There's no sign of any of the servants. Where in the world did they disappear to?
This isn't funny. Father and the servants are hiding, and there's strange magic circles all over the mansion. What in the world is happening?
There weren't only magic circles on the door to the boiler room and the door to the parlor. There were 2 on the 2nd floor, and 1 on the 3rd floor for a total of 5. They were all the same magical circle, and all of the doors had been locked, so they couldn't check inside these rooms.
Anyway, let's do something about the boiler room first. It'd be bad if something broke down and caught fire or exploded. So we need the key. It should be in the key box in the servant room, which is locked, right?
No.
Oh, no, it's not. Okay. They fished through that key box. Because each of the servants carried their master keys around, those weren't kept there. However, all the individual keys should have been there.
I can't believe they managed to fit so many keys in there. It isn't here. No matter how much we look, the key to the boiler room isn't here.
Look, Aneki. All of the keys to the rooms with those magic circles drawn on them are totally missing.
It's true.
How bothersome.
It's as though someone didn't want us to go into the rooms with the magic circles. No, they went to all the trouble of making those magic circles obvious, so maybe they wanted us to enter.
I think it's the latter. This isn't a movie, so breaking down the door is probably impossible. Smashing a window might do the trick, though.
This isn't a movie, guys!
This isn't a movie or some kind of tacky visual novel. Breaking through a window.
For a while, Kraus pondered over whether this situation really called for smashing a window. Sure, it's fine. At that time, Hideyoshi and Nanjo returned. There was nothing strange in the guest house, and the children were safe. They told the others that Rosa and Kyrie had stayed to watch over the place.
Good morning. I heard that something strange had happened.
Good morning, Dr. Nanja. I apologize for waking you so early in the morning.
What is it? Did you find a letter or something? I was sure you'd have found something like that by now.
You're right. I also believe this to be a massive joke or game of fathers. But if that's the case, there should be some letter telling us about it. Like the letter that was given to Maria-chan.
What if...
I have no idea.
You know what? I'm going to say it's Kyrie, because it makes sense. What if Maria-chan's letter actually was the announcement telling us that the game was on? The rules of the game, try solving the riddle of the epitaph, have already been made clear. Then what might the 5 magic circles we found in the mansion represent? And the missing servants.
Natsuine-san, how many servants were there today in total? I think it was Ava.
Huh?
I think as a general rule of thumb, the last
Keep
person
reading.
to speak
Yeah.
before there's no sprites on screen is the one that keeps
I think
speaking.
that's a good plan. Huh? Genji, Goda, 5 of them, but why? So there are 5 servants.
Oh, here it is again.
Yeah. There are also 5 magical circles. It's probably a coincidence, but I don't like it.
Nissan, let's break a window. We should check and see what's inside. We have no choice. Do it neatly.
Kraus made his decision and gave permission to smash a window, and he decided that the first room they would break into should be the parlor on the first floor, where the windows would be easiest to reach. They had hoped to peek in through the window, but the curtains were down, so they couldn't see inside. Rudolph wandered around the garden, trying to find something that would be good for smashing the window. Eventually, he found a rock bigger than a fist and came back. Perfect.
You don't have to smash this whole thing. Just open it enough so you can reach the lock.
Now, fuck it. Don't get your hopes up, okay? Rudolph raised the rock and hit the glass with it several times. There it goes. Eventually, he succeeded in opening a hole big enough that he could unlock it from the outside. Covering his hand with a handkerchief, he stuck his hand through that hole and cautiously unlocked it. We should probably cover it with packing tape later. The rain will get blown in. When he suddenly opened the window, the wind and rain made the curtain dance around violently. That curtain was blown to the side. They could see into the parlor they knew well. They were a little relieved. They thought there might be another bizarre magic circle inside the room, or possibly the traces of some creepy ceremony. In any event, they didn't want to hang around in the rain. So the 6 of them, Kraus, Natsu, Ava, Hideyoshi, Rudolph, and Nanjo, entered the parlor.
Through the window.
Entered the parlor as a group. Yeah, they can like unlock it from the inside, or through the hole in the glass.
It seems that nothing in particular has changed.
What's wrong? Shannon?
Wait, are you okay? What happened to you?
Blood! Dr. Nanjo, take a look at this.
Hey, Shannon-chan, are you okay? Answer me.
You mustn't shake her.
Oh my god.
What's going on?
Who said Shannon? It must have been Ava.
Must have been.
Must have been Ava. You mustn't shake her. She had been in the shadow of the sofa, so they hadn't noticed her until they'd entered the room. Shannon was lying on the floor, her chest stained bright red with blood. Oh shit. Hey, Battler. Where are you? Look, Shannon's corpse is turned up, see? I won't bully you anymore, so come on out. Oh, there you are.
Oh, seems the audio just cut.
That was very strange.
I don't know if the audience heard that, but it cut for us.
Can we get the choir back on that? Okay. What are you doing clutching your head in a place like that? Battler was crouching under the table, holding his head. His pitiful figure made it plainly clear that he didn't want to see anything, didn't want to hear anything. Had he heard Beatrice's sneering voice? Could he not hear, or was he pretending that he couldn't hear? In any event, it was clear that he closed up his heart like a shell.
Go. Perhaps you tormented him too much, milady. After showing him all that and demanding a counter-argument, I can understand why he'd want to mope around.
Hey, Battler. If you can't argue back, then resign, okay? It's your turn. If you don't make some move or pass, or else give up, we won't get anywhere. Huh? What's that? I can't hear you.
I said be quiet! Ah, shut up. Witch magic? Why don't you just do whatever you want? I don't believe any of it. Damn it. Don't talk to me, don't show me anything. Disappear, just disappear. Don't get that annoying face near me.
Beatrice winced reflexively at Battler's sudden rage. Even if you say that, if you don't finish your turn, then my turn won't come. In fact, I'm the one asking you to stop boring me.
Who cares? Be quiet, shut up. Who cares about your game? I won't go along with it. If your turn won't come until mine's finished, then just wait for all eternity. No, I don't know, I don't get it. I won't accept witches or magic, I won't accept something that's screwed up. Don't talk to me.
Oh shit.
Who dis?
Who dis?
Who dat?
We're waiting for the reveal.
don't know what's what anymore. After being...
What's confusing?
What just...
I don't know, there was like this weird red shield thing that appeared around the screen.
But we didn't get the normal, like, walk through the screen effect that they give us.
This is true. We didn't see like a shield forming in front of us.
I mean, listen, if Battler's magic, I won't be mad.
Well, anyway, this is Battler.
I don't know what's what anymore. After being shown something that's screwed up, how could I resist? It was red, though.
It was red. It was the same as Shannon's shield.
I wandered aimlessly through the rose garden, because that's the thing he can do now in this place.
Yeah, apparently.
I thought the tea party parlor was separate from...
I don't know. It seems like they can kind of walk down and see what's happening.
It's very interesting.
It's very weird.
Wandered aimlessly through the rose garden. It was raining and windy, but that didn't mean my body got wet.
Here we go.
It was just a feeling of isolation as I wandered amidst the wind and rain and without an umbrella. Maybe I lost in that person's game a long time ago. Actually, didn't we already have a clear winner and loser in the last game? After all, I surrendered for a time. That's why the world was tinted with witches and magic. Right now, Rekenjimur is a different world where witches stride around openly and fire off strange spells. It isn't a matter of accepting it or denying it. Maybe I mistakenly assumed that I was playing a game on even footing with Beto. Maybe I was already defeated in the last game and this is just the signing ceremony of my surrender. A minute ago, a terrible battle unfolded in this rose garden. I saw it with my own eyes. I kicked the ground. Obviously, the ground was hard, and water from a puddle splashed. Several towers had split this ground, sprouting like high-rise buildings. The more I kicked this ground, the more it felt like that couldn't possibly have happened. But for that very reason, I couldn't explain it with anything other than magic anymore. If it was a closed room with a key shut up inside, I'd know it was probably an extension of stuff you'd often see in detective novels. But that big flashy thing? Damn it.
It seems my disciple has caused you much trouble.
Yay!
She's back.
Huh? It's you. Someone suddenly spoke to me, so I turned around, and in the Rose Garden Arbor, there was the predecessor Beatrice, who Beatrice had supposedly defeated a short while ago.
Yay.
I was sure you died. So you survived?
No, I did die. Now I am nothing more than a defeated chess piece loitering outside the chessboard.
Oh boy, a defeated piece loitering
defeated
outside
chess piece.
a chessboard?
Yeah,
Wow. Wonder who else is in that predicament right now.
I wonder.
Interesting, she used the word defeated.
It's good fun.
You're Beato's teacher, right? So in other words, you're a witch too.
Yes, that is correct.
So basically, that means witches really do exist, and the only one who can defeat her isn't me? That'd be you, since you can use awesome magic, right? I'm just useless now. There's nothing I can do anymore.
Oh, my. Have you surrendered completely?
What do you mean, surrender? How am I supposed to explain that? Towers sprouting and falling? Huge giants holding shields and throwing spears? I just remembered it makes me feel like I'm going insane. We're way past the point of trying to reason this all out, aren't we? We've left the level of tricks and things that can be explained with human culprits. Ah, damn it, damn it, damn it.
Calm yourself. I am nothing more than a piece on that child's game board. After being removed from that board, I am no longer a being capable of doing anything. But you are that child's opponent. As long as you do not give up on your own, you will always have the power to strike back.
Shut up. Weren't you also reciting strange spells and summoning towers and spears? What do you mean, strike back? You saying you'll teach me magic too and make me take part in that massive magical battle?
That'd be pretty great. If you wish, I could teach you a bit about magic.
Oh, just what I wanted. Please, give me some awesome magic to smash through her chest in one blow. Don't screw with me.
Battler.
What's even going on?
I hear that in Japanese magic there is a ceremony used to pray for rain. Do you know of it?
A rain ceremony? A thing where you throw stuff into a fire and dance as an offering? That's not magic. They say that fire causes an updraft which makes rain clouds gather. It's supposed to be an accepted scientific phenomenon.
Oh, I believed it to be a form of Eastern magic, but is that not the case?
I believe people offered sacred fire to the heavens as well as a dance of respect, so that your entreaty for rain would reach the hearts of the gods.
Maybe people did that long ago, but most occult things like that have a scientific explanation.
Why do things burn? Isn't that because phlogiston is contained in the material?
No, things burn because of a chemical reaction. Lavoisier abolished the phlogiston theory, whatever the fuck that is.
I don't know that's how you pronounce it, but anyway.
Probably wrong.
Why does heat transfer through objects? Isn't that because caloric is contained in the material?
I'm pretty sure that was abolished by Joule. Heat is energy, not a substance.
You have studied well. Your knowledge is accurate.
It's just some trivia.
Phlogiston, caloric, and eventually ether and God's love, all are powerless before a scientific explanation. In the past, I was told that an apple falling from a tree was thanks to God's love, so that humans would be given food.
So even gravity is the love of God. Well, that's probably the remnants from the period when religion rather than science was used to explain everything.
Oh, Ryukishi is aggressive.
That is correct. In the past, humans called the limits of their knowledge, no, ignorance itself, magic. Like the rain ceremony we were just talking about. Did the people of ancient times realize that there was a scientific explanation? That fire gave rise to heat to cause updrafts that summoned clouds. Even without understanding these things, they at least knew the result.
That probably happened a lot. It's stuff called knowledge of the ancestors. Even without understanding the reason, through long experience, they knew they'd achieve results. Phenomena whose principles they didn't understand were probably the same as magic to them. Like this person just said, ancient people who didn't understand those principles probably believed that through the rain ceremony, their wishes would reach the heaven and make the rain fall. To them, that was certainly magic, as long as they didn't understand updrafts.
If you push an electrical switch, a light turns on. Children do not know the scientific principles behind why a light bulb lights up. They only know the result when they push the switch. If they attain such a result without knowing the principles, doesn't that make it magic to them?
That's pretty interesting. Well, logically, that's true. For example, I don't have a clue why the brawn tubes in a TV show a picture. Still, I think it's a totally normal thing to see things shown on a TV. Even if I don't understand the principles behind brown tubes, I at least know that if I push the switch, I can watch TV. It's exactly the same as having a rain ceremony without understanding updrafts. In other words, if I don't know the principles, even TV is the same as magic. Or even magic itself, I guess.
Do you know the structure of brawn tubes? Have you ever taken one apart and looked inside?
Nope. I think I read about it in a book or something once, but it was complicated and didn't have a clue. I think that when electrons hit a fluorescent material, it creates luminescence or something like that.
That book lied. Actually, there are small people called the gremlins shut up inside the brawn tubes, and they do their work with magic.
Huh? Don't be stupid, there's no way that's true.
How can you deny it if you've never looked inside a brawn tube?
I never looked inside, but I can say for sure that small people like that definitely don't exist.
Since there are no brawn tubes here, that is impossible to prove.
Yeah, it is impossible to prove right now. Later I can take apart a TV somewhere and show you and instantly win the argument.
So, put another way, my magical theory that gremlins are shut up inside the brawn tubes and display the picture with magic is impossible to disprove until we can verify the contents of a brawn tube, correct?
So we about to teach Battler magic to disprove magic?
We're teaching him something.
What the hell is one of those? You trying to say it's a devil's proof? That's a favorite trick of you witches.
A devil's proof is a bit of sophistry, one that takes advantage of the fact that negative facts are impossible to prove. Impossible. However, it's different from my brawn tubes metaphor. It could be resolved simply by taking apart a single television.
You're right. It isn't really a devil's proof.
You have proposed a scientific theory, and I have proposed a magical one. One of those is the truth, and which one it is can be ascertained the moment you look inside of a brawn tube. However, until the instant that happens, we cannot deny each other's theories. So, even though only one truth exists, until you look into the brawn tube, you can have two conflicting truths existing at the same time. You have a realm in which two truths can exist simultaneously, even though there must be only one truth in existence.
Is the cat in the box alive or dead? If you open the box, you'll learn the answer. You'll learn the truth. However, until you open the box, you can claim that the cat is alive, and you can also claim that it is dead. Both claims are the correct truth according to the people making them, and even though the two sides are in conflict, neither can win the argument as long as the box remains unopened. In other words, two truths can exist at the same time. Even though there can only be one cat in the box, It's packed with a living cat and a dead cat, forming a strange, separate world. So are you basically about to just prove that my theory was correct since the beginning of episode 2?
Schrodinger's magic? I don't know what you mean.
No. The things aren't happening when Battler's not there to prove that they didn't happen.
I think that's what we're talking about.
That is what Rekenjima is now. This island is now a different world where a scientific theory and magical one can exist at the same time. To a resident of the world of science such as yourself...
Yeah, this is definitely me.
It may feel as though this island has been sucked into a world of magic.
It's alright.
White butterflies!
That might not be wrong, but it is not accurate. Strictly speaking, it has been moved from the world of science to the gap between that world and the world of magic. So at a glance, it appears to you as though the world is tilted towards the magical side. But in reality, this island is now in the perfectly impartial position with relation to those two opposing worlds.
Is that what the fucking game slate meant at the start?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't really get it.
You should.
The gap between reality and magic, a perfectly impartial world. How's that? Hasn't pretty much everything that's happened been totally not in my favor?
Then perhaps you could think of it this way. This is a trial. Think of it as a court where you and Beatrice are laying out opposing claims. Call it a bronze troop trial. Your opponent claims that there are tiny people inside the bronze troops, explaining one thing after another, talking about the lives of these tiny people, what they look like, what type of magical powers they have. And what do?
Well, I study in a library and argue back by explaining how bronze tubes are constructed.
At this moment, both your claim and that child's claim exist in the court at the same time. If you find your opponent's claim convincing, it might sound like truth to you, it might look like truth to you. That is exactly what you saw.
Wow.
Yeah. At this moment, on Rekenjima, witches and magic certainly may exist as truth. However, until the moment that the cat's box is opened, that world is an uncertain wave function. The entire situation can be explained by both sides at the same time. However, there is one truth.
Oh.
That set of truths shrinks with observation, and countless truths are weeded out to become one truth. It is like when in court, the judge hands down his judgment. The two truths from the prosecutors and the defense's claims are reduced in number by the judgment and become one.
So to say it in your words, oh my god,
Yeah.
my throat. Say it in your words, this island right now is the world right before looking into a bronze tube, right? Therefore the science theory and the magic theory cannot be denied. And since they cannot be denied...
Both can exist as truth. Therefore, both witches and magic can exist. However, at the same time, your opinion of denial also exists as truth. It is a world where two conflicting things can exist at once, and it is a world where conflicting truths cannot disprove each other. Have you managed to understand?
In other words, no matter how much awesome magic Beato shows me, it's only a claim of magical theory and doesn't disprove my position. So no matter what kind of magic Beato shows me in this world, it cannot become proof that magic exists.
That's right. That child might even try to explain an apple falling from a tree with magic, perhaps by shaking her staff and magically plucking the apple, and claiming to be the thing that made it drop down to the earth. However, that would be nothing more than another claim. None of your opponent's claims can prevent you from making yours. In that sense, this world is quite impartial to both sides.
I get it. Still, by that argument, if I show a sound argument with my science theory, and it collides head-on with her magic theory, I also can't win against her. On top of that, the final judge won't come until we peek into the brown tubes. Where's the brown tube in this world? Because it exists, there should be no reason for us to argue. Why don't we just get along and peek into the brown tube? If there really is a tiny person in there, it's my complete loss. Otherwise, it's my victory. Why do we have to hold this debate up without looking into the brown tube?
That itself is the game you are being challenged to. Maybe instead of a court, I should use chess as an example.
Yay!
Because that is a very prevalent metaphor in this game. There, victory and loss are not determined by a judge. You who fight will decide it yourselves.
Can you win an argument with an opponent in a screwed up world where multiple truths can exist at the same time?
In actual fact, didn't you lose an argument and surrender like this?
Spin the chessboard around, boy.
Yay!
Ah, awesome.
That is all the advice I can give you now. If you wish, I can occasionally offer you counsel.
Sure, thanks, that really helps. I'll avenge you.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
What's your name?
Beatrice used to be my name, but now that I've surrendered it, I do not have a name. I love this track. So, I shall take a temporary name.
This is a pretty good track. I'm enjoying this.
Vergilius. No, how about Vergilia?
Yay. Let's go check that tip.
Tip, boys! Let's do it!
Size them.
Vergilia.
Oh, above Beatrice.
Apparently. Vergilia. And now retired...
What is this dress?
It's amazing. And now retired Endless Witch and Beatrice's teacher. She used the endless magic properly and devoted her life to the smiles and happiness of many people. She taught Beatrice the endless magic, believing that Beatrice would also devote herself to the people, and retired. Though she was Beatrice's teacher, she was also a magician employed by Beatrice's family. For that reason, she interacted with Beatrice in a manner fitting for a servant. Some point to this is the source of Beatrice's arrogance and recklessness. And there she is. Look at her dress and her
by
sleeves.
Beatrice's family.
Oh, it's so good. Apparently, yeah.
Regalia, like Valkyria? Wasn't that a name for a goddess that shows up in myths?
Close, but not quite. No, it means the guide who leads the way to Beatrice.
Oh, fuck!
This is why, I'll be honest guys, I let this name slip earlier and Felix was like, oh, well, names aren't a spoiler. And I shut my mouth immediately afterwards.
Well, no. Like, here's the thing. When I say names aren't a spoiler, it's like, I don't know who's saying the name, who has the name.
I know, but still.
Like, it's not like I didn't pick. It's not like I didn't pick.
Sure.
Virgil when you said that name before, but
you didn't realize
it took me a second here to be like,
totally.
Beatrice, Virgil. Oh.
Yeah, totally. We got some Dante's Inferno up in here.
Dante's Inferno.
Oh. Anyway, let's continue. I will guide you to that child who waits at the summit of Mount Purgatory. It ought to be a fitting name for such a guide.
Who would have guessed I'd accept help from a witch when I'm trying to deny witches? I see. If this is a contradictory world where different claims can exist at the same time, I guess that's cool. It's almost funny.
I am bearing that child's words, but you truly are like a phoenix. Your will to fight has already been revived. Come, if your heart is prepared, return to your opponent. Return to the chessboard where that child is seated. I look forward to seeing how far you can fight with my disciple.
Yeah, watch it. I won't listen to her babbling anymore. I'll coolly fight to the end, sure you will. Sure you will, you motherfucker.
He's got this.
I definitely won't get provoked by her any longer.
Then let us return to the seat of the battle. Wipe!
Yay!
There it is. Let's go. Ah! Battler! Where did you run off to? And I thought losers never came back for more.
Sorry to keep you waiting, I've cooled my head a little.
And? Did you think of a response to that pleasant, thrilling, refreshing, highly acclaimed, wonderful fantasy battle between teacher and me? Isn't that impossible to explain without fantasy? Milady, didn't you just promise to be kind and act more gracefully? Oh no. I just got in such a good mood when I saw Butler's face, you see. Look. How are you going to respond to that battle just now, Battler?
Yeah, how, Battler? What could you possibly do?
What could you do?
What's gonna happen?
What's going to happen?
I'm ready for the anime hand point.
I'm ready. Oh, is he going to say objection? Oh my God. I hope so.
Here it comes.
Hand in pocket and then objection. That's all I want.
Yeah, I'm setting up the jacket right now. I'm ready.
I was wondering. Hand in pocket.
Battle? What battle?
What?
In this rose garden, where do you see those spears and towers you made lying around? They aren't here, are they? In other words, it's just like the inside of a brawn tube.
The inside of a brawn tube? What in the world are you talking about now?
At this very moment, there's nothing at all in the rose garden. Towers may have been sprouting with magic until a short while ago. However, that's only the case until we see what's inside the brawn tube. That magical battle is nothing more than your interpretation, your claim. The fact that there's absolutely nothing to see here now proves it.
Yeah.
This is how I argue back about that witch's battle just now.
Fuck yeah.
Right now, there isn't anything here which proves that nothing happened.
Come now. Of course, I can't make a huge mess when it's only the first twilight. I am rather fond of that rose garden, you see. To prevent any damage, I had the fight occur inside a barrier. So it's only natural, that it wouldn't have any influence on reality.
That's your claim? Well, I guess that works. Oh!
There it is.
At this point,
No, don't die on me, please.
dying.
Felix, you need to object.
at this point in time, there is nothing in that rose garden. So nothing stands in the way of my claim that there was no magic done here.
Oh, God. Oh, wait. Can you deny my magic with a mess like that? It is impossible to prove that magic does not exist. It's a devil's proof.
At this point in time, this garden is the truth. The instant you look inside, the tiny people inside the bronze tube will vanish. And there are no traces of magic here at all. So that battle between you witches did not take place.
That counter, that power, could it be?
That's a very anime line.
It's great.
Could it
Could
be?
it be, my old teacher?
I know this power. I know the ability to deny. Only witches have the power.
Only more powerful witches than I.
Yeah. That's so dumb.
It's great. Have you forgotten, milady? It is the multi-layered world's reduction technique.
What?
The power of a finite witch, the counter to the power of an endless witch. Only an endless witch can perceive it, and it is most effective against such a witch. Schrodinger's cat box! That old hag of a witch! What an uncalled for hint!
We've lost time, including the 5 servants and grandfather. There are 6 corpses. Let me check the scene. I've been trudging along, wasting time.
Are you ready?
Now, and I'll speed things up, okay?
Are you ready?
Take a seat, Beatrice.
Yeah.
It's finally the first Twilight, isn't it? Let's start the real thing. Show me what you got.
Show me what you've got!
I love this track.
It's so
great.
good. Oh, it's gonna get better. I promise you.